Hello and welcome back to some more Genshin Impact. So I'm going to be continuing with the quest Shimmering Memories. It wants me to talk to Coulter, who is all the way up there. So let's get this started. And I see that Hydroculus up there. I'll get that too after the cutscene. Navia explains everything that has happened recently to Coulter.
All of this, it's unbelievable. I can't believe that those stories were real. It all really happened. Has the world gone mad?
Had I not personally experienced all those events, I would have also found them very difficult to accept.
I think you and I both feel the same way about the profound tragedy of Melusa's loss. And the sheer depravity of Marcel's actions.
I thought Mr. Marcel would always stand by the Spina. Everything he had, the Spina gave to him. It's unconscionable to have received all that, and yet still plot to kidnap and dissolve you for his insane research.
The good news is that the Confrérie of Cabriere is no more. Gone with them too is the entire synth manufacturing and distribution network. We finally closed the curtain on that long struggle.
Are you sure? But if Marcel wanted to rebel against us, he probably sent word in secret to Romeu.
Realm Not a name I've heard before either.
Florent should remember him. You see, there was once a major internal dispute regarding funding the construction of the Aquabus lines.
Oh, those again, huh?
Romeu was the leader of the faction that thought such a vast sum of mora would be better spent improving the town of Poisson. But Mr. Callis believed that an opportunity to collaborate with the Court of Fontaine and the Fontaine Research Institute was hard to come by, and would allow us to build many valuable relationships. Not only would the Aquabus be a good business investment, it would also boost our reputation among the general populace, eventually paying us massive dividends down the line. But the two couldn't come to an agreement. Romeu ended up taking a lot of people with him when he left Spino di Rosula altogether, and the split was on extremely bad terms.
Ugh. And with Papa's stubbornness, I can definitely imagine how it must have gone down.
And of course, when he was suffering the slings and arrows of outrageous injustice, those relationships that he spent a fortune to build didn't help in the least.
That's unfortunate.
You could say it was the price he paid for sticking to his beliefs.
That couldn't have been the first time a dispute like that happened, right?
Oh, that's a good point. If Callus was really as stubborn as you say, then wouldn't he have argued with the rank and file all the time?
Oh yeah. It eventually became a thing that just happened on every day that ended with Y. But Navia, boss, you might not know this, but he wasn't always like that. He used to be a lot better with taking counsel. With him listening to our advice, and Ms. Clementine also frequently on our side, it was pretty smooth sailing for a good many years. But on the matter of the Aquabus, even Ms. Clementine completely stood by Mr. Callis' side.
Huh. I never knew. But from my perspective, Romeu's position had a lot going for it. Couldn't they have sat down and talked it out?
I think the Aquabus was just the straw that broke the camel's back. On that topic, they eventually came to a rather radical conclusion. They believed that Miss Clementine lost her ability to serve as an impartial mediator when she became pregnant with Callus's child.
So, they thought she had betrayed them? But that doesn't make any sense. Before she was their mediator, my mother was also her own person, and a member of the Spina. She should have the right to take any side she wished.
Yeah, but to them, even taking a side was betrayal enough. They felt like their voices could no longer be heard once their sole mediator had gone over to the other side. Of course, Ms. Clementine then passed away, and Mr. Callis began to regard the completion of the Aquabus project as her final wish. With that, the last hope of reconciliation was gone.
So that's what happened.
From that point on, Romeu and his people cut ties with the Spina, and never gave us any kind of professional or personal courtesy ever again. Perhaps they've regarded us as enemies ever since they left. But even so, there is still no proof that they ever acted in concert with Marcel.
I've also heard that they aren't in a good financial position, so they've been lying low for a while. But as long as they exist, they'll continue to be a threat.
Okay, that's yet to be seen.
I think Coulter's got a point. Both Marcel and Romeo had my father in their sights for a very long time. Even though Marcel's faction has been dissolved, we still don't know anything about Romeo's whereabouts. If they're still trying to get revenge on us...
I mean, we have no reason to believe that they're trying to get revenge.
With how distracted and vulnerable we are, now would be the best time.
Good thinking, boss. We should keep an eye on them at all times. I'll let my men know right away.
Thank you for that, Florent. And Coulter, thank you for telling me about this as well.
Don't worry, it's nothing. Do you have a moment right now? How about we go out for a walk? I've heard so many incredulous things today. I'm finding it a bit hard to calm down even now. I mean, to think that I'll just never see them again.
In that case, why don't we go back to the court? I can pick up Adele's uniform while we're there as well. It'll save Laurent's guys a trip. Want to come with me again, you two? You don't mind, do you, Coulter?
Of course. That's fine by me.
Then let's go! Paimon feels like a lot's hinging on this visit.
We want to see Adele cheer up. We want to see the future star of the Spina. It's like this.
We really are the best of partners. Come on, let's go.
Okay, let's get that hydroculus that's all the way up here. At least I'm pretty sure it's all the way up here. I don't see it right now. That's weird. Is it on the other side? Oh, it's on the other side. Can I use the rope to get up there? Nope. I don't like the way I had to climb up that. So now let's teleport over to where we need to go, which is... I'm not sure. Oh, all the way over there.
Are we not taking the boat this time?
It's nice to walk from time to time, isn't it? Think of it as something like a hiking trip. Once we're there, we can stay a few days before we return.
Sounds good. I haven't walked this road in a long time.
What is that out there?
Well, we've walked far enough for now. Let's take a break.
There was something in the water.
Since we're out for a walk, we shouldn't stress too much about the destination.
I see another one of them out there. Probably nothing.
I've grown old, so I'm not as fit as before. It's a good thing that at least my work down in the fortress was quite the workout.
Well, Paimon thinks you're doing great. We didn't have to slow down for you at all.
Back in the days before the aquabus lines were built, we often had to hike north with our goods, then catch a boat to the court. Malus and I must have traveled this way hundreds of times. When we were tired, we would lay down for a while on the grass, and when we were hungry, we'd catch a fish or two. The Spina was still on the rise back then. Mr. Callis was generous, and everyone had the chance to strike it rich. So, of course, we all worked really hard. And now, in the blink of an eye, the aquabus lines have been built, and this road has fallen into disuse.
I don't really think that's a bad thing, though.
Oh, I know. I was just being a little nostalgic.
Then let's stay here a bit longer. Anyone want snacks?
Oh, is this another chance to try some of Navia's macarons? Paimon's been dreaming of them.
Yep, I figured you wouldn't say no to a few more. Oh, wait. Let me check if I have all the ingredients. Malus and Silver used to take care of tasks like this. Okay, the stove's looking good. And as for the ingredients, seems like we're all out of flour and sugar. The two most important ingredients of all.
Should I go get some?
Oh, would you? Oh, but it would be too much to ask you to go on a trip just for those.
Especially since we're already going to the city, right? I mean...
We should contribute to making the macaron too! Don't worry, we cook out in the wild all the time, so he should have some stuff on hand.
Oh, that's great. Then I'll leave the ingredient gathering to you. As long as we have some sweet flours and wheat, I can start the baking.
Oh, we're gonna go find... Okay, out in the wild, not go to a store. Makes sense.
I'll go look for some boxes nearby for a makeshift table and chairs.
Great. Then I'll prep the stove. Let's get to work, everyone.
So we could talk to her again, and just hand her the wheat and stuff, right?
Ah, how did it go? Did you find the ingredients?
I mean, I have plenty of it, so why not give?
You've all done your part. Just leave the rest to me.
I didn't even have to hunt it down. Navia bakes a batch of macarons with her usual gusto.
These macarons look and taste magnificent! Your cookie is as good as ever, Navia.
What in the world are those? Well, whatever they were, they almost look like horses.
Boss's baking skills have always been famous. Everyone in the Spina knows how exceptionally talented she is.
Oh, it's just a hobby. There's no need to praise me for it like that.
Have you two seriously never considered joining us? You're so close to the boss, and she obviously trusts you with all her heart, so...
There are still some important things we must do. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I see. Is that why you have to always stay on the road?
You just happened to walk in on our little reunion. It's actually been quite a while since we last spent time together. Adventurers never stay in one place for long. The name of Spina di Rosula would just tie them down. Besides, after everything we've been through together, I'm sure our hearts would remain intertwined even if we found ourselves on opposite sides of the world.
Navia's right. That's certainly one way of putting it. Yeah, I'll just let that.
Even if Paimon was far beyond the horizon, she'd still remember the delicious taste of Navia's macaron.
I understand now. Then I am very lucky indeed to have been graced with the chance to meet the two of you. I will endeavor to make the most of this short yet fortuitous encounter, and enjoy every moment we spend together.
We've got no wine with us, but let's still toast with water, in celebration of this moment.
What the? I thought I heard something just now. Was it just some small critter? Nah, it's probably a person.
Cheers! Hey, what are you doing? Quick, join in on the toast!
Cheers! And I'm willing to bet on it being Adele or something.
May your travels go smoothly, may the Spina continue to grow, and may our friendship last until the end of time. All set? Let's move out then. I asked some old acquaintances in town to make Adele's uniform, so we should be able to pick it up right away.
Okay. I don't see anybody in the bushes right now, but it was just part of the cutscene, I suppose. So let's teleport over here now.
Hey there, Ludovine. How's business lately?
The Demoiselle of Spina de Rosula. I must say, your generous patronage is the one thing keeping me from going bankrupt.
Nonsense. We all know what a talented businesswoman you are. Oh, and don't forget, she's the boss now.
My mistake, my mistake. I just got so used to calling her Demoiselle. Are you here for the uniform?
Yep. I forgot to drop by earlier when I was running errands around here.
I didn't expect Demoiselle to come and pick it up in person. It's just a uniform after all. Any of your folks could have come instead.
Navia's always liked to take even small things seriously.
Hey, that's not the only reason I'm here. We mostly just needed a walk to clear our heads. There are few things more uplifting than taking the first step on a new journey.
Boss has got a point.
Huh.
Going on a trip with friends is always better than staying cooped up at home.
You see that person in the background hiding just around the corner there of that building? They popped into the frame just as this guy started talking Coulter.
Very well. Please, wait here while I retrieve the uniform for you.
So that might have been the person hiding in the bushes before.
Can someone remind Paimon again why Adele wants to join the Spina?
She hasn't given me any concrete reasons. All she says is that she really looks up to me. After we cleared her father's name, she became a lot more cheerful and outgoing. It's probably because she now knows for sure that her father was never a bad person. She said she used to be terrified of Papa. So, as a result, she found all the rest of the Spina super scary as well. But the Spina is very different now. She mustered up the courage to talk to me, and felt like I could really understand her.
The two of you have contended with similar circumstances.
Yeah, You could say that. By uncovering the truth about the case, I was able to give her closure at the same time. She said that she wanted to become someone like me. Someone who could lend a hand to others, instead of standing still and waiting for others to help her.
From the sound of it, she'll be a wonderful addition to the Spina.
I think so too. But for now, let's focus on giving her a great atmosphere to grow and thrive. She can commit to us once she's older, and can really make that decision for herself.
So I wasn't just hearing things. Thank you for noticing, Aether.
Is something up, Traveler?
Follow me. Someone's tailing us.
Huh? Tailing? Oh, Paimon's coming.
I'll go check it out too. Coulter, please hold on to this for me.
All right.
Oh.
Paimon saw them too. They headed up.
Stop right there!
Oh wow, it was more than just one person. So we're supposed to catch up. None of these are people that we've met before, so... Huh. I wonder if they're part of that Romeo guys.
We knew
group.
you were going to be difficult.
Seems like if we want them to talk, we're gonna need to teach them a lesson first.
Brothers, there's no need to skulk in the dark anymore. Let's take them out!
Okay, so these guys are definitely not nice. Let's teach them a lesson, of course, because, you know, the game is forcing us to. And it's taking a while to enter combat, isn't it? Okay, we have to play as her. Oh, I've never actually used her before. She uses her umbrella. Oh, I thought that was her umbrella. Okay, she does use her umbrella for her elemental skill. That's actually pretty cool.
Fire! Well, with rocks.
Wow. That was pretty neat.
Now, talk. Who are you? And why were you tailing us?
Don't think we'll let you off easy if you keep silent.
Recognize your situation, and don't entertain any fantasies of escape. We've got people up above and down below as well.
How did it go, boss? Are any of you hurt?
If you thought they stood any chance against us, you were sorely mistaken. Anyway, stop playing tough and start talking. There won't be any room for negotiation once the Maison Gardiennage gets involved.
We're looking to get vengeance on Spina di Rosula. We were discovered, and can't beat you in a fight. We admit it. We lost.
So why does he want vengeance?
Get revenge?
This-
Wait, you're not Romeo's followers, are you?
You actually know that name? But if you do, then surely you should understand why we hate you so much.
I would advise you to calm down. It figures as soon as they bring up this new person, the people that are like part of his group would target us.
Indeed. You haven't got the faintest hope of winning right now.
A little bit of a coincidence, actually.
We were out drinking when we saw Navia. We got so angry we decided to follow you guys and look for an opportunity to really mess up your day. Too bad you guys messed up ours first.
You're lying.
Huh?
You followed us all the way here. There's more to this.
You're pretty sharp. But so what? We didn't do anything. And now it should be pretty obvious that we can't do anything to you anyway. Seeing you like that just really ticked us off. And we let the drink go to our heads.
Listen, Callus is long dead. No matter what happened in the past, I want to be able to start things anew. I am the current president of Spina di Rosula. If your boss wants to talk with me, I'd be happy to meet with him. I won't press charges for your attack. That should also help demonstrate my sincerity.
I understand. Thank you. I'll let our boss know.
But if you so much as think about pulling something like this again, I won't be so lenient next time. Understood?
All right. We get it. Come on, let's go.
Huh.
Are you sure it's okay to just let them go like that, Navia?
I don't want to inherit my father's grudges, too. Moreover, when it comes to the Aquabus, I don't think what my father did was entirely correct either.
Well, there must have been some good reason for it.
If the other side is willing to talk, I'm happy to open the door for a reconciliation. Opportunities for new beginnings are all around us.
I support Boss's decision as well. The concept of an eye for an eye is a primitive practice that has no place in today's Spina di Rosula.
Yes. Plus, we already know that they're strapped for cash. If their financial situation is that dire, they don't have what it takes to challenge us. So this may be the best time to talk. I still think we should keep an eye out for Romeo's folks, though. If he decides to ignore the warning I gave his men, then we could still have a fight on our hands.
Yeah, those guys definitely didn't look like big fans of yours.
I'd rather things not go that far, since, though we haven't talked to each other for years, once upon a time we were all a part of the Spina di Rosula family.
Yep, that's how I feel as well. Anyway, now that we've sent them packing, we don't have to worry about those guys anymore. It's getting late already. So why don't we stay the night in the Fleuve Cendre? We can head back to Poisson tomorrow. I'll also ask someone to write Florent a letter and inform him of everything that happened here today, so he can increase security around Poisson and be on guard against any suspicious individuals.
Do we have to stay in the Fleuve Cendre again? Even the pillows there smell like seaweed.
Did Paimon complain about that before? I don't remember complaining about that before.
Sorry, that's just what happens when you live near water and don't get much sunlight. Poisson's pretty much the same though, so I've long since gotten used to it. We can still go out in the evening for some grilled fish and drinks though. Bet you there'll be people singing sea shanties too. How does that sound?
Huh. That does sound pretty cool. Okay, Paimon's on board now. Let's go! Paimon wants to sing too!
I thought Paimon would be more interested in the food, but whatever. So now we've got to go over to the Fleuve Cendre, which is all the way over here. Is it inside of the, Is it down here? It must be, right?
Coming back here really does feel like this place is starting to grow on Paimon.
We come back here pretty often, Paimon.
If you think about it, it would be kind of weird if the Spina's base at the court was some super luxurious building like the Palais Mermonia.
Totally. Right on the money, Paimon. Although, of course, with the continued growth of the Spina, Papa wanted Poisson to eventually grow into a metropolis, not unlike the court. He was a very ambitious man, who rarely looked behind or beneath him. For better or worse, that always made him stand out from the crowd.
And that's also why people hated him just as much as they loved him.
All right. Why don't you go wait for me at the restaurant? I'll go do some prep, and I'll get someone to tidy up your room while I'm at it. You can use the same room as last time. You still remember the room number, yeah?
Nope.
Yep. Kinda hard to forget when there are only so many rooms here after all.
Oh, did I just hear someone taking a dig at Fleuve Cendre? I'll tell my guys to stuff your pillows full of actual seaweed right now.
Oh, wow.
Oh, Paimon, sorry! Please have mercy, Navia. If you do that, then Paimon really won't be able to sleep at all.
I was just kidding. Be on your way now.
So we need to sit inside. It says, so right here maybe? Or right over here? Yeah, we can sit right here. You enjoy a fantastic meal as well as a wonderful performance. As things slowly die down, you return to your room with Paimon.
Hello? Are you asleep yet?
Navia? Did something happen?
Oh, no, not at all. I just figured that since we don't get to enjoy nights like these very often, we should try to enjoy it to the fullest. Wanna go fishing? I've got some rods and lures ready.
Oh, so that's the prep you were talking about. Sure, we'll come.
Okay, sure.
Hopefully I didn't wake you or anything.
You're good, since the invitation is coming from you.
I knew it. You really are my best partner. Okay, let's go. To the fishing spot.
Wherever that may be. I mean, there are probably several places to fish in this place. So it's all the way up there. Oh my goodness, that's not even in this place. It's all the way outside. Why did they do that, I wonder? Anyways, we can teleport right here and then run over there.
How can you call this fishing when you're using a fully automatic rod?
What's the problem? Lots of people in Poisson use rods like these.
But shouldn't fishing be all about, you know, attentively watching the float and then excitedly reeling in the catch when you finally hook something?
I have to say, I kind of agree with Paimon here.
Well, that's one way to enjoy fishing. What do you think, Traveler?
I like Paimon's method. Manual all the way.
Then let's try regular rods next time. We can have a real fishing competition.
Honestly, Paimon's mainly shocked at how much energy you still have at this hour. Usually by this time of night, it's a struggle for Paimon to even keep her eyes open.
Huh. It might just be something that runs in my family.
That's a thing?
I'm sure you'd get even sleepier if I delved more deeply into it. Anyway, I was just thinking about how grateful I am to my mother, as well as the rest of the Spina.
Your mother?
My father always had a lot of unrealistic expectations for me. But the more that he tried to get me to become like him, the less I wanted to listen to what he had to say.
Huh.
My mother never had those kinds of expectations, though. I've heard that she had only one wish for me, which was that I would have a happy and secure childhood.
I mean, to be fair to her father, her mother kind of died early on, so she probably would have had different expectations eventually.
All the members of the Spina greatly respected her wish, so no matter what I did as a child, they were happy to humor me. Can you imagine? Whenever my father wanted to scold me for something I'd done, everyone would form up into 2 rows and just stand silently and listen to him rant. Malus and Silver were always there too. No matter what Papa yelled, nobody else would say a word. Eventually, Papa must have recognized scolding me over trivial matters was pointless, because he eventually stopped getting on my case so often.
Paimon would have never guessed.
Yeah. Looking back on it now as an adult, I can hardly believe how patient and kind everyone was. When I was young, I often thought that I could do whatever I wanted, because there'd always be someone there to clean up after me. But once, I saw Malus come back wounded. He wouldn't tell me how he'd been injured, but I could tell it had something to do with me.
Oh, really?
I learned then that there's always a cost to making a mistake. The more you care about those around you, the more you should care about doing the right thing to the best of your abilities. Because if you do falter, there'll inevitably come a time when you'll have to face the consequences. And when that time comes, those most precious to you really will throw themselves in front of you and pay the price for your mistakes.
Navia. It must still be really hard for you.
Sorry. I shouldn't have brought that up. I wasn't planning to talk about sad things tonight. Basically, I was just saying that the nurturing atmosphere of the Spina must have been my mother's legacy, rather than my father's. And if that's the only way that I can continue to feel her love, then I'd like to pass that warmth on.
Is that why you let those guys go today?
Although, maybe there's a part of not wanting to repeat the mistakes of the past. I want to be reasonable, at least. Hey, look! I think you've got something on the line!
But why isn't the rod automatically reeling it in?
Well, it does have the little handle that you're supposed to turn.
Oh, there must be something wrong with how I installed the mechanism. It was my first time putting one of those rods together. We can't let it get away. Come on, you two. Let's catch it.
Okay.
You want Paimon to help too?
After some time, you finally manage to reel in the prize catch together. For the rest of the night, your rod continues to rack up catch after catch, while for some reason Navia can't seem to hook a single fish. Navia is quite upset about her bad luck, but it's only when you begin to head back that Paimon discovers the real reason to the mystery of why she couldn't get a single bite.
You didn't attach a hook to your line?
Wow.
Stop wasting time! The boss ain't gonna wait all day. We'll go ahead with the operation tomorrow. Do with that information as you wish.
Wait a second. Isn't that one... That's the one guy.
Well,
Coulter.
your rod was missing a part too, so I guess that makes it fair.
Well, if we're just talking about the number of missing parts, sure. Oh, never mind. Paimon really can't keep her eyes open anymore.
So that one guy, Coulter, is working with Romeo. I can't remember the name exactly, but something like that. Anyways, he's working with them.
All right, go to bed. I had a great time today.
See you tomorrow, Navia.
Mm-hmm. See you tomorrow. So how was last night? Did you get a good night's sleep?
Paimon dreamt that she danced with the sea stars, so you could say it was stellar. Get it?
Unfortunately, yeah.
Huh.
And just where did you get that from?
I didn't know you had such a great sense of humor.
See? This guy gets it!
Anyway, let's head out. I'll arrange for a boat to take us back to Poisson. I'm sure Adele will be happy to see you two again.
Paimon hopes she'll really appreciate your gift.
I hope so too.
So now we have to go to Poisson, all the way over down here.
Adele, we're back! We brought you a gift from the court too.
Whoa! Thank you so much, boss!
Don't call her boss, okay, Adele? Just Miss Navia would be fine.
Oh, it's all right. I don't mind. Besides the gift, I've also got another surprise. Guess who's here?
It's been a while!
Hello again.
Oh, it's you two. It has been a while indeed. Thank you so much for your help on Jacques' case. I've heard that you also helped save all of Fontaine. You're truly just like the great heroes of legend.
You're really amazing! And if Miss Navia's your friend, then she must be super amazing too! What's in this thing? Can I look?
Of course. Go ahead.
Oh, it's a Spina di Rosula uniform! Is it for me? But isn't it a bit big?
Well, it's a gift for future you. When you first told me that you were interested in joining the Spina, I was overjoyed.
I wonder if her mom's gonna be okay with this idea.
But it's the Spina's responsibility to protect everyone as well. Being a member means becoming involved in all kinds of dangerous situations. And since you're still young, I don't want your mom to have to worry about your safety. So I turned you down then by telling you that you'll have to wait until you're older. But this uniform is a promise that you can join us once you're old enough to wear it.
Oh, so that's it! Well, thank you so much, Miss Navia. I'll work hard and grow up as fast as I can.
But you can't really grow up faster by working hard. You've got to be patient.
Everyone, I'm really grateful that you remembered my daughter's wish and took it seriously.
Okay, so she's fine with it.
Thanks to the protection of the Spina, even though her father's no longer with us, we've still felt plenty of warmth and security.
Oh, it's the least we could do. As long as you live in Poisson, even if you're not an official member, you're still part of the family.
Boss!
Huh? Is something up, Florent?
I've got something urgent to report. Romeo and his folks have gathered outside Poisson and even shipped in a huge pile of explosives.
Oh, that's not good.
What? Explosives? What do they want?
It seems like they've been planning this for some time. We started investigating as soon as we received your letter yesterday. But Romeo and his folks must have gotten wind as well, because they abandoned their former posts before we could even check on them. We investigated their tracks and found out that they're after Poisson.
Could they have smartened up since we caught them red-handed at the court?
Seems like they've got no interest in sitting down and talking at all. We should have gone straight to the Maison Gardiennage.
Oh, shut up, you. I already know you're a traitor.
Sorry, I underestimated the situation. Well, too late now, I suppose. Florent, where are they keeping their explosives?
On the hill to the east of Poisson, near the Clementine line.
Wait, could that mean... Oh boy, they're planning on exploding the Aquabus line.
They want to blow up the Clementine line?
Certainly sounds like it.
Romeo and his followers hate the Spina, and everything to do with Callus. And the Aquabus was the source of their contention. If they manage to blow up the Aquabus line, all that rubble will come crashing down the hill and straight into Poisson.
Are they insane? There's tons of innocent people in Poisson.
We have to stop them.
Yeah. If they've been planning this for ages, they're definitely not going to let this opportunity slip by. We have to issue an evacuation order to the townspeople and get them as far away from the entrance as possible. That should save them from the worst of it.
Let's get everyone onto our ship. That should be the safest place.
My dear partner, can I leave the Clementine line to you? If the explosives do go off, not only would the people of Poisson be in danger, any aquabuses using the line would plummet to the ground. Let's stop their insanity first, then settle the score with them.
Got it.
Leave it to us, Navia. Please stay safe, too.
So what is Coulter gonna do now that Aether is left?
Let's go,
Because he's
you
gonna
two.
do something.
We've got to act fast. Miss Coralie, please take Adele to the ship.
Oh, there we go.
Watch out, boss!
Excuse me?
What do you think you're doing, Coulter?
I thought all the annoying little hindrances had left, but I still couldn't get rid of you.
You mean this was all a trick? So that you'd be left alone with me? Coulter, are you with Romeo too? Oh. I get it now. You knew about their plans all along. You only told us they were doing badly so that we'd drop our guard.
Not quite. Though I share their positions on some issues, I've never cared for his more radical ideas. And that's because, out of the entire Spina di Rosula,
Oh, wow.
I only hate you. Only you, Navia.
You better stick close to me.
Okay.
Romeo promised me that he would leave Poisson alone if I could just take you out. But it was like you were glued at the hip to that pesky traveler. You never gave me a chance to make my move. Romeo has lost his patience. I didn't have to be here today, you know. But I swore that I'd kill you, even if it meant being buried with you in the rubble.
Why?
Only someone as clueless about the past as you would ask such a foolish question. You never saw the heyday of Spina di Rosula, nor did you ever live through the golden age of Poisson. But I saw it all with my own eyes, and then I had to watch it all die, little by little. And it was all because of you, Navia.
Oh, good grief.
Clementine died because of you. Callus died because of you. Melus and Silver died because of you. And so many more dead. Everyone dead, all because of you.
Okay, this guy's off his rocker.
So the shock and grief you showed us before, that was in Act 2?
Now you're catching on. I heard Melus was dead the moment I got out. Did you know? Down there in that blasted fortress, I spent a long time thinking about what happened, and resolving to apologize to Melus as soon as I got out. Back then, because of that aquabus, we had a huge fallout. I was convinced that all he cared about was loyalty, and that he had completely lost his capacity for critical thinking. The years passed by in a blur after that. I thought I had finally begun to understand him, and that he could help me relive the good old days again. But then he died, and it was because of you again, Navia. It's always because of you. I once loved the Spina and Poisson more than anyone else. But what is left now of either besides death and ruin? You've single-handedly destroyed everything that was beautiful. Everything I've ever loved.
Good grief.
Don't listen to him, boss! He's just spouting nonsense!
Have you ever considered that maybe the people around you don't actually care about you at all? Have you ever considered that maybe you only get respect because you're Callus and Clementine's child? That you've never done anything worthy? That you're just a big nothing?
How about you shut up?
Have you ever considered that maybe people don't stay in Poisson because of you, but only because they have such beautiful memories of the past before you came?
Because if you do falter, there'll inevitably come a time when you'll have to face the consequences. And when that time comes, those most precious to you really will throw themselves in front of you and pay the price for your mistakes. Yeah, looking back on it now as an adult, I can hardly believe how patient and kind everyone was. But is that really why they support me? Is their kindness real?
I can't believe she's even entertaining this guy.
Shut your mouth! I, for one, really like Miss Navia. And my mom loves her too. I don't know how to explain it, but I like her. And that's that.
I'm sure Mr. Malus would be extremely disappointed in you right now. You've somehow managed to pin the blame for every mistake and tragedy in our history on the boss herself.
Get out of the way, Florent. I don't want to hurt you.
Well, I want to hurt you. Shut up.
You're gonna have to. Boss, there's no time for this. Stop hesitating and get out of here before you get buried.
This guy needs to get bonked on the head. Not Florent, but rather Coulter.
Maybe you think you're being the realist by painting the history of the Spina and Poisson like this. But the love that I felt from everyone was just as real. I felt it. They've helped me get to where I am. And even now, I will continue to believe in that love. So let me show you just how much I love the Spina di Rosula.
Yes, please, bonk him over the head. And let me do it. Actually, let me play. Come on. Please, thank you. Oh wait, where'd these guys come from? It was supposed to just be him. Whatever. I'll knock these two out. And then this one out. There we go. Oh wow, there's more?
Well, with rocks.
I suppose I'll just focus on Coulter then. Thank you. Oh wait, there's still these guys to fight though, huh?
Hey there.
Good. And what's going on? There we go.
Florent, I'll leave the town to you. Summon the other members and help with the evacuation of the townspeople. If you find any of Coulter's accomplices, subdue them quickly. And don't give them the chance to harm any ordinary civilians. I can't allow my partner to face the danger on the Clementine line alone.
Got it, boss. I'm on it. Are you okay, Navia?
Obviously, she's not okay.
I don't know, but I have to go.
I mean, it's one thing if Coulter just tried to kill her, but he also decided that it was okay to blow up that thing and possibly endanger everybody in, Poisson, which is just insane.
We have to protect the Clementine line. If they're gonna blow up the waterway, they must have planted the explosives next to the support pillars.
Yeah. That's one of the reasons why I really don't like him right now. I have a limited amount of time. I need to smash my way through the waterway.
Gather!
Support pillars as quickly as possible. Do I have to fight these guys? I mean, I will, just because they're here. Huh. I'll get rid of you next.
Whirling snow.
There. Next up is over here, this way. Yeah, these guys are gonna just keep popping up. I don't know if they let you leave,
Take flight.
if you decide to ignore them.
Brought a lot of muscle. They're really slowing us down. But if we're meeting resistance, we must be heading in the right direction.
Oh, down there. Okay.
Order guide you.
So do that. And, you know what? Gather them up again.
Brace yourselves.
I have to say, this is pretty exciting.
Whirling snow. Yeah.
Okay, let's investigate.
These must be the explosives, right? And this is the control mechanism. How can we disable it?
Just smash it, Paimon.
Oh, Paimon's too scared to touch any of this stuff.
What's this?
Huh? There's a strangely shaped hole here. What is it for?
Could it be some kind of keyhole? Or maybe an emergency switch?
Oh, that certainly sounds possible. Maybe one of the people we just beat up has the key. Okay, you take this side, Paimon will take the other. Let's see what we can find.
Huh. Okay, so we've got to find a key on one of these people. Just a bunch of money. Let's talk to Paimon.
Let me turn this guy over. He's super heavy. He could probably eat a whole Paimon just for breakfast.
Okay. Let's search. Okay, nothing on him. A radish. And...
We found it! That's amazing!
okay. And now let's operate. Here's something I want to clarify. It's not okay that he wanted...
Right?
It's not okay that Coulter wanted to kill Navia. Obviously, it wasn't okay. It's just that the fact that he was willing to involve a bunch of innocent people that he claims that he loves or whatever is just insane. Yeah, his whole plan was insane. Or agreeing to go along with it was insane.
Navia and Florent should be able to relax now.
We should still check out the perimeter just in case.
Oh, you're right. They could have set explosives elsewhere, too. Let's go.
Oh, special cutscene? Oh. What in the world?
They're gonna bury Poussin!
Man, if only we could move like that. You know, during normal gameplay. I just realized that he's using his geo element.
Just leave the rest to me.
How was he able to...
You can't block them all!
Look, I'm doing this the Spina way.
Cool. Having been alerted, members of the Maison Gardiennage arrive at the scene a short time later and take Romeo and all of his followers into custody. We never even saw Romeo. Well, one of them is probably him, right? Maybe that guy?
I heard from Thierry that even they're your enemies now. They were once a part of Spina di Rosula. Do you plan to settle this privately with them?
I have nothing more to say to them. Regardless of whether their hatred and anger towards me or the Spina was justified, anyone who's willing to endanger innocent civilians is no longer sane enough to even be worth trying to talk to.
Yeah.
Please prosecute them in accordance to the law. Spina di Rosula will not raise any objections.
Sounds good. We're very appreciative of your help. Without it, the consequences would have been far worse. All right, this operation is a wrap. Take him away.
We won, Navia! We saved everyone! And you were so cool!
Yeah. Luckily, we were just in time.
You look a little pale, feeling a bit fatigued.
It's probably because I expended too much elemental energy at once. I'll be fine. Don't worry about me.
But you usually glow up whenever other people compliment you. Paimon's not used to seeing you like this.
Who's this?
Boss,
Oh,
we
Flora.
managed to catch all the infiltrators in the town. The Maison Gardiennage is taking them away as well. Seems like Romeu really went all in on this mission. If he sent literally everyone he had, though, that also means we've caught them all too. We won't have to worry about them from now on.
Now I'm worried that he hasn't sent everybody.
Got it. That's good at least. Coulter. I can understand how you feel. The things that we lost, they're forever beyond our grasp now. And that makes them appear even more precious. I am not callous. And I will also never become him. The Spina and the Poisson that you loved are both gone. But I will not change how I feel about our future. I still believe that this is a great opportunity to start anew.
Why is she trying to appeal to this guy when she wasn't even willing to appeal to Romeo? I don't know.
I will spend more of what the Spina earns on the betterment of Poisson. What's more, I'd also like to propose some changes to the Aquabus routes, so that one day, the people of Poisson will enjoy the boons it brings as well.
I know what you're trying to say. Mr. Callus would never have said anything like that. There are too many things in life that are just beyond our control. In that, we are the same.
Henceforth, you are no longer a member of Spina di Rosula, but once you're discharged from the fortress again,
Really?
you're welcome to pay another visit to Poisson.
He was literally part of the group of people that tried to destroy it.
Thank you, Navia.
Okay, I guess she forgave him. I mean, that's fine.
As I thought. Boss really is a kind and gentle person.
She is also, I must say, a truly unlucky person. Thank you for protecting the Clementine line. I was actually really scared, you know. I mean, even the Callus line won't be getting rebuilt anytime soon. If I'd lost the Clementine line too, I wouldn't know how to live with myself.
Wait a second, something happened to the Callus line? I don't remember anything specifically happening to it.
A name is a way to etch a memory onto the world. Losing the line that bears her name, that I can see every day, would be like losing my mother all over again. Seeing it still standing there, tall and proud, it makes me really happy.
What happened while we were gone? Honestly, you look more upset than tired or anything.
Just give her some time.
It's okay, everything's fine now. I'll get you back to Poisson.
Thank you so much. Can you give me a hand? I really don't have much strength left. Traveler, I want to ask you something. And please, tell me the truth. Do you really see me as your partner?
Of course.
That's good then. Hearing that, it brings me more relief than I can say.
How do you feel, Navia? Any better after taking a break?
I feel quite a bit better. But I should probably still rest for a few more days. Sorry, partner. I said some weird things earlier. Feel free to just ignore me.
A little weird, that's true, but that's because I've never heard you doubt yourself before.
I used to think that I'd never doubt myself. But you could say I've discovered that I'm not as strong as I thought I was. Coulter mentioned my parents, as well as Malus and Silver. It's all thanks to them that I've made it this far in life. Do you think they ever regretted the choices they made? Has my existence made this world a better place?
Don't think like that, Navia. You've already done more than enough. No matter what others think, we'll always support you to the end of the world.
Well, since it's ended up like this, I suppose it's time for me to make a confession as well. There's something that I've been keeping from you as well, boss. Please, follow me. Everything is already prepared.
Well, at least it doesn't sound like bad news.
Florent, I hope you can understand that I can't deal with any more shocking revelations right now.
Don't worry. This surprise will be a pleasant one.
Why is everyone gathered here? And what's this?
Oh, it's a flag or something?
This was supposed to be a gift to you from everyone in the town. We were originally planning to show it to you once it was finished, but special times call for special measures. I've never seen you look so defeated before, so I've decided to show you the designs before the final product was done.
Do I really look that bad?
Well, if you're ready, I'll unveil the present.
Oh, the flag thing isn't the present? Oh. Oh, cool. So it's the statues. Oh, wait, no. It's a drawing? It's cool either way.
This is Papa, Mother, and me.
We designed the look for Miss Clementine based on old camera records, as well as personal recollections from members of the Spina.
Wow! This is the statue you mentioned before?
Well, it's not quite a statue yet, Paimon.
It is indeed. To be honest, we decided on the design a long time ago, and gave the sculptor permission to begin working. We only asked Boss to decide on a design so she wouldn't realize we had already started.
How could we only have statues of Mr. Callus and Mrs. Clementine?
Even though Boss is still young, we've all seen the work she's put in regarding the whole synth business and the rebuilding of Poisson.
We wanted to commemorate her contributions with a statue as well.
I don't know what Spina di Rosula was like in the past, but I know it's a great organization now.
With Navia around, we're not worried about this place's future.
We are gathered here today to tell our boss that we support you and believe in you wholeheartedly. I believe everyone is here for you, not the glory days.
That's what we believe as well.
I will also always believe in the bond between us.
Thank you so much, everyone. Then I'll be brave and just accept everyone's support for what it is. This really is quite the surprise. I never thought that I'd have the chance to stand next to my mother. Not even in my wildest dreams.
And there we go. Braiding the tides together has completed. That was cool. Okay, let's talk to her.
It seems like I started to question myself a bit too much. I'll pick myself up again and become a more reliable president. For looking back on it, I'm honestly embarrassed by how I acted earlier.
About the gift from the townspeople.
I'm sure everyone longs for that one thing in life that seems trivial to others, but they themselves can never obtain. To me, that would be a family portrait. I've always been super jealous of other people's family photos.
Yeah, that's what that's more like. It's a family portrait.
I've never thought I'd receive a family portrait of my own. Especially not like this. It seems like I'm not such an unlucky person after all.
About Clementine.
You know, I've thought about it before. Though my mother only wanted me to live a happy life, that's actually a tall order as well. In practice, it's just as hard to achieve my father's expectations for me. Even though my parents had very different personalities, they always had a lot of respect for each other. The Aquabus project was a monumental project that stood to benefit all of Fontaine. It would have been a little close-minded to assess or evaluate it only from the perspective of the clan. I think that's probably why she didn't step in to mediate or oppose the building of the lines.
About asking, do you really see me as your partner?
Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Why'd you have to remind me? Please don't say that again. It's super embarrassing for me. Oh, forget it now. Please forget that I ever said anything. Oh, wait. But it'd also be bad if you were to forget it. Okay, but please keep it a secret between us from now on. Please don't ever mention it again.
Huh. Okay. So, yeah. Let's just take a quick look at what story quests I have left, because I'll be doing one of these in the next video. I'll probably do Yoimiya's next. That'll be Act 2 of her story quest. So I've obviously already done Act 1 for her. So yeah, thanks for watching, and the next time I play, that's what I'll be doing.
Every journey has its
bye-bye.